It's the end of December 2021. I'm Dan from themeparknut.com and today we're going to run through December's theme park news. Let's get cracking. December is a massive month for theme park news. There's always a lot of preparing for the next calendar year going on. So that's true this month. A lot of management stuff, a lot of announcements that have happened. So let's get into it. Firstly, over at Disney, Susan Arnold is going to succeed Bob Iger as chairman of the board for the Walt Disney Company. This completes Bob Iger's exit from the Disney Company, having stepped down from the role of CEO in February of 2020. At Walt Disney Imagineering, Bob Weis has stepped down from his role as president of WDI and is now being replaced by Barbara Bouza. Universal is having its own management reshuffles, and bear with me because this is going to take a while. So Universal Orlando president Bill Davis is retiring. He'll be replaced by the current Universal Studios Hollywood president Karen Irwin. Her role is going to be split in two with Scott Strobl, who is currently the Senior Vice President for Operations, taking on the role of Executive Vice President and General Manager of Universal Studios Hollywood. Strobl will be actually reporting to Tom Mehrmann, and Tom Mehrmann has stepped up into a new role. He's currently the president of Universal Beijing, but he's stepping up into a newly created role that is the president of the Pacific Rim for Universal Parks and Resorts. So to me, what that sounds like is they had a lot of really good candidates for the president of Universal Parks and Resorts job when Mark Woodbury stepped up. So the only way to keep everyone involved in the business is to do a bit of a restructure. So a whole lot going on at Universal. Getting to the parks themselves, Walt Disney World is reopening Typhoon Lagoon for the first time since the pandemic closures. Now, the opening of this does coincide with the closing of their other water park, Blizzard Beach, for at least 3 months, because we know that's going to close in January and they've only done dates up to March for when things are going to be open. So Typhoon Lagoon is opening, Blizzard Beach is at least temporarily closing. Disneyland has announced dates for their 2022 Lunar New Year and Disney's California Adventure Food and Wine Festivals. Oh, that's a long name. Lunar New Year will be at California Adventure as well. It'll start January 21 and run through to February 13th. A couple of weeks later, they'll be running the Disney California Adventure Food and Wine Festival from the 4th of March through till the 26th of April. Disneyland Resort is also bringing back 3 of their hard ticket after hours events, their Disney After Dark events for next year. The Disneyland After Dark Sweethearts Night will run on February 1st, 3rd, 8th, 10th and 14th next year. Disneyland After Dark Villains Night will run on March 8th and 10th at Disney's California Adventure. And Disneyland After Dark Star Wars Night is going to run on May 3rd, 4th and 27th at Disneyland. So lots more things happening at Disneyland. Over at Walt Disney World, the parking lot trams are coming back. The much complained about thing that never came back when the parks reopened after the pandemic. They are returning. Magic Kingdom have returned this month, and the other 3 parks reportedly are going to get it this year. Hopefully early this year, because particularly Animal Kingdom really needs it. And Epcot, well, let's face it, all of them. There was a lot going on at Disneyland earlier in the month when the Disney Lightning Lane and Disney Genie and Disney Genie Plus started at Disneyland Resort. They were marred by technical glitches on the day that eventually brought the whole thing down, and pretty negative customer complaints. Now, the glitches have gone, but feedback is still very mixed on the new app. Also at Disneyland Resort, we have heard that World of Color, Fantasmic and the Disney Forever Fireworks are going to return in this upcoming spring. So shows are coming back to Disneyland Resort. Over the other side of the country, the real star of December for all of their holiday treats was Earl the Squirrel. Now, I know I say that wrong because I'm Australian, so sorry, but Earl the Squirrel was a new original IP character which they had put in advertising and various things in previous years. This year is the first year that they had a walk-around character for Earl the Squirrel. Now, Earl's based off an actual squirrel that lived in the Christmas tree at Universal Orlando. So it's kind of a neat little park tie-in. I think everyone really loves Earl the Squirrel. So after Little Boo, Earl the Squirrel is the next big win for Universal Orlando Resort and really the star of Christmas. Universal Orlando have also brought back their mask mandate, which is not entirely popular but probably good for the health of the overall community there in Florida. The masks are required while inside, like inside shops, or waiting for an attraction. So you will be required to wear masks over your nose in those situations at Universal Orlando from now on. In the UK, Thorpe Park is looking to add its first new roller coaster in a decade. They've just put out for public consultation plans for this new attraction. It's going to be a fairly large coaster. It's going to require the removal of a couple of attractions, so they've got to go through a public consultation which runs through till January 7th, and then they've got to go through an application process through their local council. So after that, you can expect to see work start on a new coaster for Thorpe Park. In the Netherlands, Efteling is celebrating its 70th birthday in 2022, and it was planning to start its celebrations from January 1st. They were going to be opening their new attraction, which is called Sirocco and Archipel in the world of Sinbad, which is in the travel realm of Efteling. They were going to open it on January 1st, however, the park is currently closed. The Netherlands is in a lockdown period at the moment because of Omicron, and essentially they won't be able to open. The earliest will be January 14th, and that's dependent on obviously on government regulations. So a little bit delayed, but a new attraction coming to Efteling hopefully early next year. They do plan to also have decorations going up for the 70th anniversary in February, and they're planning a fairy tale show in the Central Plaza Park bit of Efteling from April to October of next year. So fingers crossed they can open up and be able to do all of their planned stuff to celebrate their 70th anniversary. In Sweden, Liseberg is opening a new family-themed land in stages over the next year. Starting in April of 2022, it's going to be called Luna Park, and it is to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Liseberg Park, which is in 2023. And the final bit of news for the month is that Six Flags in America have officially removed their policy against public displays of affection, just in time for New Year's. So if you're looking to go and get a kiss on New Year's at one of the Six Flags parks in America, bully for you. And that is it for Theme Park News for 2021. We'll be back with Theme Park News in January, so tune in for that. In the meantime, you can check us out on Twitter at ThemeParkNut, on Instagram, ThemeParkNut Insta, or our blog is themeparknut.com. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, cheers.